Alrighty, hey guys, this is tuxsudo. Today I just want to show off this new build of Signal I have here. And a commit that they did recently for one of the betas, I think it was last week. They added a few new build flags you can use to build a special version of Signal called Signal PNP, which is phone number privacy. This is a special test build specifically designed to let you test the usernames feature, properly dubbed phone number privacy. And I'm going to show you how it works between users, and I'm going to show you the new settings and the updated user registration flow. So let's take a look right now. This one I'll sign up right here so you guys can see what it looks like. It's very slightly different. Let's go ahead and go with that. Continue. Allow. And pull up a new phone number here. Hopefully this one works. For testing, I'm just using these random phone numbers for registration. So you can see it all you want. Okay. This is on Graphene OS, so there's no play services. It's just giving me that warning. And here comes the captcha finally. Took a little while. Invalid number? Oh, it looks like a bug. I know I put that country code in there previously. Let's try again. Hey, sweet, let's go. Alright, so here we're at the registration flow. You've got your profile you could choose to set up. Of course, you got your avatar, your name. But you also have this new option down here. Who can add me, or who can find me by number. And you can change this to be everyone or nobody. And you can see the descriptions there. Everybody is anybody, including anyone that finds you by your username. Nobody can find you by your phone number. We're going to set that to nobody for testing here. I'm just going to do this one account too. And next with that. Okay. Just going to do some random pin here. This is kind of a throwaway account. And here's the part where you can choose your username in the registration flow. I'm going to go ahead and skip this at the moment. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Alright, so now we're here in this new account. We got two fresh random accounts. Account 1 and account 2. I'm going to go and swap these because one always belongs on the left. There we go. Now we got account 1 and account 2. And we're going to take a look at how this works. And in this build, as well as it being the phone number privacy build, I also enabled a flag that allows you to hide contacts like you can in the forked version of Signal called Molly. It lets you essentially remove Signal contacts without having to block them first, which is pretty useful, especially for this testing case. But we also have some internal options here that allow us to do some special things with this debug build, which is pretty cool. So what we're going to do here, we're going to go ahead and set up a username on account 1. Actually, before I do that, we're going to look at the privacy of both of these. So here you have this new privacy setting where you can essentially choose who can see your phone number and who can find you by your phone number. So if we set this to nobody, even if somebody adds you as a username, they cannot see your phone number. This guy will leave as everyone. Everyone can see my number on this guy. So we're going to go ahead and go back. We're going to leave the find my phone number off for both of them. We're going to go back and on account 1, we're going to go and first make a username on account 1. Oh yeah, it's up here, that's right. Got to tap that. And then tap username, and this seems to be broken on this build. I'll throw up a screenshot for what this is supposed to look like on iOS, but there's text explaining exactly how it works. And of course you got your learn more there. We're going to continue. And this is where you can choose your username. It can be any username, as you can see, must be 3 to 32 characters in length. And the way that usernames work is that you will type in your username and you will get a random two-digit discriminator to differentiate you from other people that have the same name. So if I want to do guy1, there we go. It just chooses me a random one. I don't get to choose what that is. So we're going to choose guy1 here. We're going to save. And now I've got guy1. And you don't just have to discover me by that username. You could also discover me by a specific signal.me link, which contains a hash of either the username or some connection that goes to your username there, as you can see, to make it a little more anonymous. But you can copy the username also. We're going to go to I don't even need to make a username on this guy because of how this works. Let's see, nobody. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm not even going to make a username on this guy. I'm going to find this guy's username from this dude over here. So I'm going to go to there just so I can see exactly what it is. Guy135. And I'm going to go ahead and add someone here. I'm just going to search this username. Guy1.35. And there we go. Guy135. That dude exists. And I'm just going to say, hey. Hey. And there we go. Account 2, which is this guy. It's showing just his name. I'm going to accept that message request. And now I'm going to send him a message. Let's see. And now I get his number. So I get to see account 2's number because he had his number set to everyone. Everyone can see his number. But account 2 cannot see account 1's number because his privacy is set to nobody. As you saw there, it took me sending a message to this guy for it to pop up. I noticed that before as a weird little quirk. But that is basically the phone number privacy right there in action. And I'm going to test this because this didn't work before, but it looked like there were some commits that changed how this might work. So I'm going to go back into account 2 now. And I'm going to change the privacy from everyone to nobody. Even after I added this guy already, I'm going to see what's going to happen. So I just changed it to nobody, and I can still see account 2's number. Let's see if that will update or change. I'm going to send messages between both of these guys since that seems to force certain updates. Okay, no change. Looks like no change in that regard. So once you add somebody and you did have your phone number enabled, it looks like you, at the moment, you cannot prevent them from saying that. And, you know, if somebody already saw your number, it's kind of technically too late, air quotes, because they can just grab your number right there and then. However, it would be nice to remove your number from a contact you have had previously if they're not storing your number in their contacts book already. Just in case, I'm going to go ahead and do a force stop just to clear the app. And yeah, I do still see the number. So it's very possible that's just how it works. Yeah, if I go into the internal details here, you can see this guy has an E164 and this guy does not. It's got a phone number. This one's just null. Other than that, everything's pretty much the same. But that is how you can add somebody with a username. And this looks like it's how it's going to be working. It looks like it's coming out somewhat soon. It seems like it's getting close to being done, considering the fact that there's now test build you can use to actually test this out. But clearly they still have to work on it a little bit more. The next thing I'm going to show you is the fact that you can actually remove or change your username. It is not permanent. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete it. Guy135 is gone, no more. And something you may have noticed is that after you add a contact, it just shows their name. It does not show you their username. The username is not a part of contact identification. It is only a part of contact discovery, which is why I can either change or I can even delete the username, but you can still talk to this contact the exact same way, which honestly is kind of cool because that way you can add a contact, delete that, create a different username, and use that one anonymously if you want. And nobody else will see the change of the username. So maybe your username got leaked and people are adding you, spamming you like crazy. Well, you can just delete that or change it. And then even the contacts you have that you've accepted to add you already, they cannot see your username change. But I believe that is the bulk of how it will work. I would like to see the ability to revoke a phone number after the fact, but I do understand that that's somewhat of a false security given the fact that, as you can see, once you give someone your phone number, it's already kind of too late in a way. And also another change I noticed here is that because this guy cannot see account one's number, you can't add him as a phone book contact. It's not an option. So that's also interesting. The only downside to this method I can see is that if you were to lose your phone, lose your Signal data, and you had somebody added that had a username, if they had changed their username or deleted it, you can't add them again. You have to find a different way to contact them. So you could permanently lose a contact potentially if that was your only form of communication. Well, that looks about how the feature is going to work when it does come out. So the promises were true. Signal is getting usernames. It has just taken a long time. It is coming out very soon though. And the feature looks pretty awesome. It's very nice that you'll be able to now use an application that's so secure and private like Signal in a way that's actually anonymous. The only way to do that previously is if you somehow had an anonymous phone number. But phone numbers are very permanent to your account, so you have to be careful with who you give that to, or else anyone could just start trying to message request you. But with usernames, you get a lot more flexibility, as you can do it anonymously, but you can also change or remove that username for future different username use if you would like to. So this is a really great feature, as Signal is a very polished, well-made app that a lot of people do use, and it's a lot easier to get people to use Signal because of how polished it is. Now you get to use that a lot more anonymously. But I'm hoping to see this come out pretty soon, hoping that they change how it works just slightly, but we'll see what happens. So far it looks really cool. Thanks, guys.